It was a quiet, heavy evening. The kind where even the wind seemed too tired to blow. Tolu stepped into his home that night. The aroma of freshly prepared dinner filled the air, but his heart was too heavy to feel any comfort. His heart was heavy with thoughts, heavier than ever. His wife Sarima, who had just finished preparing his favorite dish, was setting up the dining table. But tonight, nothing made Tolu feel at home. It only made his chest tighten with guilt. Sarima welcomed him with her usual soft smile and served his food on the table. Her kindness felt like a sharp thorn in his chest, because he knew he was about to break her heart. They sat down at the dining table, facing each other, and began eating in silence. The silence between them was louder than any scream. Tolu stared at his wife. She looked tired, not physically, but emotionally. The kind of tiredness that comes from being too strong for long. He slowly reached out for her hand and held it calmly. With a voice low and uncertain, he said,
"I have something to tell you."
Sarima didn't reply. She continued eating calmly. Tolu watched her, unsure of how to continue. The words he had practiced over and over in his head suddenly disappeared. The courage he thought he had was nowhere to be found. But he had to say it. His mind was made up already. Finally, he took a deep breath and said it calmly but clearly.
"I want a divorce."
Sarima didn't flinch. She didn't scream or cry. She simply placed her spoon on the plate and looked at him directly.
"Why?"
she asked calmly. Tolu looked away. He couldn't answer her. How could he explain that his heart now belonged to another woman, Amina? That somewhere along the line, he had stopped loving his wife. Instead of answering, he looked down. Sarima waited. When he didn't answer, the silence crushed her. Her calm broke. She stood up in anger and said,
"You are not a man!"
she shouted, her voice trembling with pain and not rage. The room felt silent again, her words echoing in the air like thunder. Tolu said nothing, he just stared at her. The rest of the night passed in painful silence. They didn't speak to each other. Sarima cried alone in the bedroom, her tears soaking into her pillow. She wanted answers, a reason, anything to make sense of the wreckage of their marriage. But Tolu had none. He sat in the living room, staring at the ceiling.